So, Nico, a warm welcome to our podcast.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And thank you again also for taking your time. I know you're quite busy today. We are at Bilsterberg racetrack for the launch of the Sport 7.
Yes, for the new Continental tire, so Sport Contact 7. Yeah. And I'm an ambassador now since this year, so I'm very proud. And we're here at Bilsterberg, and we're just standing out on this remote podcast setup here in the parking lot, outside under the sunshine. But this Bilsterberg track is phenomenal. So I've been driving around all morning with an Audi RS e-tron GT, which of course has the platform of the Porsche Taycan. It weighs like 2.45 tons, so it's quite a heavy car. And this track is like, it's phenomenal. It's like up and down, so many blind corners. It's incredible. It's one of the most fun tracks I've ever been at. But it's a just pure tire testing track here. And it's been super fun driving that Audi around flat out. You know, I'm absolutely flat out with the new Continental tire. And of course, Continental in terms of sports tires, they know what they're doing, you know. So they've brought out an awesome new tire, and it was great fun.
Oh, thank you. And as you say, we are standing outside. We can actually now hear the thunder also in the background. So that's not you driving, I guess. You're right here.
It was similar on the race when I was driving though this morning on the track though. There was also thunder.
Thunder all the way.
But in terms of lap times.
In terms of lap times. Yeah, because there was no sound from the engine.
That's true.
Yes, and we will get back to the electrical part of the vehicles in a bit. But one question that we ask for all our guests is, what is the coolest thing about being Nico Rosberg?
The girls. That's clear. I'm just kidding.
We know.
I'm a married man since 18 years, happily married. Two young kids at home, and I'm actually flying right after this podcast.
Okay.
I'm going to travel back home to Ibiza for the summer. And so what's the coolest thing? Maybe that I'm very lucky that with my first life as a sportsman, you know, I've built such a great following now, and I can really leverage on that now in my second life, where I consider myself like a sustainability entrepreneur. So all the projects I'm doing are really focused on contributing larger sustainability, and I can really leverage on my following to have a greater impact. So I'm very lucky and try and make the most of it.
Yeah, sounds cool. And I think we know that you are a world champion Formula 1, so let's not go into this because it wasn't on Conti tires anyhow. It would have been much better than if you.
Pirelli.
God bless you. God bless you. Gesundheit, as it's in German. Yeah. Talking about this, you have driven an Audi e-tron GT today, and this is the next part of the car business, is electrical vehicles. But how do you see the timing of this? Are we too late for saving the planet? Or are we in good time? How do you see this take on?
Well, we're definitely too late, but I think we can still be optimistic because the dynamic now is just incredible. I mean, all of us consumers, we're all starting to think about it more and more with our families and our private life, businesses, finance, you know, everybody, governments, everybody's going that way now. So the dynamic is really great to see. It is the 11th hour, but as a result of that, I think we can still be optimistic. And
when you're seeing all these cars that you've seen, you're also keeping the optimistic part quite high, I guess.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I mean, mobility is one of the largest emission sectors that we have. Sometimes up to like 20%. So of the emissions for a country like Germany, for example. So it's so crucial as a sector to decarbonize that. And electric mobility is the stepping stone. Huh? Today, an electric car is actually largely not more sustainable than a combustion engine in Germany because so much of the energy comes from coal. Yeah. But also because of the battery production, battery lithium extraction, all these things. It's very polluting. So there's still a lot of road to do. Energy transition, going to renewable energies, producing the battery and sourcing the raw materials locally. All that is necessary really to make mobility more sustainable, but it's happening. You know, there's a lot of projects and it's all going in the right direction.
Okay, so who do you see should take the next big push? Is it the manufacturers or the end consumers, or maybe in some sort of collaboration?
Well, the biggest power is always from the end consumers, from all of us. Yeah. So that's also promising. I mean, especially the young generation. Very sorry for the car driving by in the parking lot. Okay. Especially the young generation. You know, the power that they're exerting now on the world at large is really great to see. Inspirational as well. And fantastic, and they are the purchase power of the future. So businesses are listening, and leaders are listening. You know, and so that's great.
Okay.
If you should give the car dealers an advice regarding to
or tire dealers,
regarding going more sustainability and environmental and so on, can they make a business out of it? Are we there yet? so they can make money and make profit out of being and also being environmental?
I think it's all of our duty, first of all, to show that we care, also in the tire business. But then, of course, if you make a business or not, you need to see and understand it for yourself in your specific area or where you are. But there's so many statistics now also that consumers, especially the more younger generations, they will, even if they have their favorite tire brand, if they see another tire brand that's doing more for sustainability and showing that they really care a lot more, there's a statistic that more than 50% will actually change and will buy the tire from that other tire brand. So that's really also a warning sign for tire brands to do more and more. And for me, it's also really nice to see what Continental has up their sleeve and is planning with a lot more plant-based ingredients, for example, for the next tire iteration. So there's some great innovations coming up, and we're actually going to be launching one of the innovations of the future, which is very sustainable, at the IAA Motor Show, where I will be heavily involved. So that's going to be a proud moment for me as well in my relationship with Conti. But I can't say too much yet.
Okay.
Thank you. We won't tell anyone. No. One last question, Nico, because you started talking about your track in your round Toronto track in the Audi. But the future looking into electrical cars, I know they're quite powerful, most of them. But at some point they will also drive themselves, be autonomous in their driving. So how do you see the fun part? We know that you are a skilled driver. Johnny and I are also, just so you know. But how do you keep this dynamic driving?
You want to go for a competition?
No, maybe the small carts over
next
there.
Next year.
No. We will leave it up to you but we like dynamic driving. That's my case. So how do you see the future in still having this fun as you are having, as we are having when driving in normal? Is this going to be passion? Is this going to be boring, you think, with electrical and cars driving themselves and so on?
So electrical cars are not boring. No, first of all, the acceleration is awesome in those cars. Of course, the negative is the weight at the moment. But with the way your vehicle dynamics are being attacked now and developed, I myself have a vehicle dynamic engineering company. Actually, it's called TRE in Germany. And driving the Porsche Taycan or the Audi RS e-tron GT now, it's really like awesomely set up. So you almost don't feel the weight. And that's really promising. And then you really learn to enjoy as well with the peacefulness, to enjoy your surroundings and the driving more, as long as they manage to reduce the wind noise, which is not nice. But again, there the manufacturers are putting a lot of effort and have really good results in terms of eliminating the wind noise. And then electric cars, of course, there's always, we all V12 engine, gives goosebumps. You get a Ferrari V12, you drive through a tunnel, it's goosebumps. But you can't have everything, No. So there's always going to be, in innovation, there's always going to be some compromises, and we will get used to them. And then this is the future, and we will have fun driving electric cars. I'm going to have a Rimac Nevera in my garage. Which is the ultimate electric car, 2,000 horsepower, accelerating
only 2,000.
accelerating 0 to 100 in 1.85.
1.8.
0 to 300, 9.6. 0 to 300 kilometers an hour. And this is the ultimate electric mobility what it gives you, So there's a lot of fun in electric mobility, and so I'm a big believer, and the weight will come down, more and more every year.
And they'll get better.
We could test that next year here in the building.
Next year we will be here and test the car.
I think that would not be such a good idea, really. The Nevera on this track, I would be proper dangerous. Because it's a small track.
Nico, thank you so much for helping us and taking your time for this. This was
very cool.
Enlightening us on the future.
Thank you very much. Good luck with selling the Continental tires. I hope it goes well, and I hope I was able to support.
Yes, well, the sales will go like this in Denmark now.
Double.
I promise you.
Double sales from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.